Hello, lovely people. 'Tis I. Merry Christmas, lovely people. Welcome back to the farm at Free Warden. We are here in the warmth and safety of our house, and it is a very dangerous one out there today. So safety is of the utmost concern. We've taken care of all the chores this morning. These last several days have been very difficult to get out and get any sort of footage. I have gotten a little bit of B-roll and just trying to get some footage of what we've been doing around the farm, but there's so much to do in such a short amount of time, the short spurts of time that we can spend outside, because the wind chill is as low as -40, which you can spend about 30 to 60 seconds walking between a building and your fingers inside your level 4 Arctic gloves are already frozen. So it's way too difficult to get footage outside. So we thought we'd invite you into our living room, but as we're recording this, we are in the middle of a blizzard. There's not a lot of snow falling. Well, you can't really tell. The wind is blowing around so much, we can't really tell if the snow is falling, but there's a lot of snow blowing around. We've got some drifts as big as 6 feet tall, and many drifts that are 3 feet tall. At the top of our list of priorities is just getting out there, making sure that the animals are in shelter, have feed and water, so that they have the energy, they can produce the energy to stay warm in this weather. So we get out there, make sure the animals are good, clear drifts or whatever. You know, I did a little bit of snow blowing the other day, but yesterday and today I've not been snow blowing as much. We just moved our chickens up not that long ago. Actually, I did it on a not so nice night. So that's sitting almost about where it was last year at this time during the winter. A lot closer to the house. We can keep an eye on them. It's not as difficult to get feed and water out to them. In fact, it's close enough to the machine shed. We just plug in a water heater and keep a 20-gallon, 25-gallon tub of water out there. Can I just tell you how bad today is? It's bad. It's blowing around so bad out there that there's times where we can't see the barn from the house. We can't see people walking out to the barn from the house. So yeah, I think the chickens are gonna be fine. They were fine last year, all year long. They made it just fine in the chicken mansion. Heritage breeds that have more, like our pigs, they have more hair. They're doing just fine out there. They just need some feed to keep up their energy, to create warmth, body heat, and they do just fine. Yeah, a little shelter, especially on days like this. Like they would suffer pretty badly, but they have an open shelter, but it's not insulated. It just keeps the wind off them, keeps some snow off them, and they burrow down into the straw and the hay, and they eat some of it, use some of it for bedding. So the other day you asked me about the ducks and the geese, if we should move them into the barn. And I said, oh, I think they'll be fine. But I checked on them this morning, and I approached them, our 3 ducks, and Clyde, our gander. They kind of skedaddled and took off when I approached them. But Bonnie, our goose, she just kind of sat there. She was all huddled up, all curled up, so first I was like, oh my goodness, is she dead? Well, I went up and I touched her on the head, and emergency alert. Due to road and weather conditions, no travel advised. Roads will remain closed till further notice. So getting back to Bonnie, after we were interrupted there by the rude weather alert. Bonnie was just, she was just sitting there curled up, touched her on the head. Her head, you know, she's all curled up and her head pops up and she's looking around like, what just touched me? And I realized her eyes were covered in frost and snow, like she couldn't really see. There was just these little slits she could barely see through. So she's looking around and making her honk honk noises, and next I notice her beak. Her beak is encapsulated in ice, like most of her beak except for the little nostril holes. She's still able to breathe, but she can't open her beak. So I picked her up, got her in the barn, started thawing off her beak there. I got them all in the barn. I mean, they were all huddled up, didn't look like they had sustained any cold damage or anything like that. So got them all in the barn, got them some feed, got them some water. The ducks were really excited about the feed. Bonnie was really excited about the water. And Clyde just seemed like he was excited about being nice, safe, dry, and warm. All together again. They kind of all stick together. They're their own little flock of 2 geese and 3 ducks right now.
So with us getting the snow and stuff like that, Ragnar has loved being outside, and generally Bella likes being outside too. But when the wind picked up, I think it was Friday or Thursday, I knew it was getting too cold for Bella to be outside a lot when I saw her picking up her paws. And it was her back paws being like, this is too cold for my paws. And last year when it got below negative, we let her be in the house most of the time then. Ragnar really likes the snow though, but even this weather, I have to like push him out the door to go to the bathroom.
We've been having him stay in the house a lot more often because this is just ridiculous weather we're having. Our wood stove can barely keep up with the cold and some of the drafts and stuff, but
so our front step has been turned into a slide because of the drifting. I went out last night to, what did I do last night? I can't remember why I went outside last night, but when I was trying to walk back up the steps, I put my foot on the bottom step and just whoop, just went right out from under me, landed on front first, and snow all up my side. I came inside and I told them that, hey, the front steps are now a slide, so we should probably shovel it. And then what did you do?
I was taking the sausage out to put it back in the cooler, and I remembered what you had said. And I was careful on the first 2 steps, and the last step at the bottom, I was like, all right, I'm here. You know, I'm probably safe. Took that last step, and my foot went right out from under me. And I landed right on my butt with 50 pounds of meat and tubs in my hand, just thump.
Luckily it was a slide though, because if you had landed at a step, that would have hurt probably a whole lot more.
Yep, I don't know where I landed exactly, except that my back end was all covered in snow, and here I had 50 pounds of meat on my lap, so I had to like shift it off and pull myself up. I really enjoy living in a place where we do get this time to have a break and kind of recover. You're forced to stay at home or indoors. You're forced to just basically get everything set up outside so that you can spend the least amount of time out there doing your chores, the least amount of time that it takes to take care of the animals, and then get yourself back inside. And it gives you time to reflect and think. And
the place where we live forces us to take a rest. It also helps that you don't get burnt out then too.
Yeah.
Because if it was nice, we'd be out there trying to do something. But this weather and this time of season, you can't.
So you guys have to let us know what you think of this format. If we can improve on it in any way. In future videos, we'll probably be doing something along the lines of this format, just because of how miserable it can be outside. In future videos, I think we're probably gonna do a look back at the year, talk about some of the things that we've done, and then maybe another video we'll talk about what we have planned for the upcoming year. Some exciting stuff in the mix. Until the next video, you all take care, stay safe, hug somebody, God bless you, everything's gonna be okay. And Merry Christmas.